Hello Libra, welcome to your bonus reading here on Dove and Serpent Tarot. If you're watching this reading was meant to find you. Please hit the like button, leave a comment, consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. Now this is a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger. And I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I provide. And remember, Libra, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. Okay, Art or Temperance card. This could be a pressure cooker situation. This could be it could be a moment in time for you where you are maybe being given an ultimatum. There might be this kind of feeling, anyway, of a very sort of specific decision. That there might be literally this kind of yes or no, this binary kind of choice for you right now, okay? I think that this is a situation that can't be sustained. We can't stay right in the middle of this. I think that the energy has to go one direction or another. And I think that this is really a pivotal moment in your life. This is sort of, this is the make it or break it moment for you. Yeah. I think it's very serious. I think that this is you feeling the heat, feeling that as if the stakes are high and the pressure is on. Okay, we got to see what other factors are involved here and how you might be dealing with this and what choice you might need to make. We're going to put this card into some context. All right, let's see what else we've got here. Now we've got that Leo energy, that lust or strength card. It is going to require courage and bravery. I like that. And ooh, look at that. Now we've got fire on fire with the Knight of Wands. We've got the Prince of Pentacles. We've got the Fool. And now the Fool kind of is, in a way, representing the choice with the Knight of Wands, right? And we've got the Ten. Oh, this is going to be good. I think this is very serious. And I do think that you have to... you're going to have to make this decision soon. I think end of the month, you got to decide what you're doing here. Okay? Or you've got to make a decision as to which path you're taking or what your approach is, what your answer is going to be here. Okay? And we see very, very strong energy here. But if there is anything you would like me to pray over or meditate upon or send positive energy toward, please let me know in the comments. Path of the Serpent. Let's see what else we're doing here. We've got the Eight of Cups. We've got a Princess of Swords. We've got a Prince of Swords and, a Six of Swords. So this is kind of this is the decision-making process for you. This is your heart and your mind thinking, I don't know what to do. Right? This is, ideal world. Yeah, ideal world. But it doesn't happen so easily when you've got to make that decision. This is you making a decision. I think the Prince of Swords in this position is the card you don't want, right? This is the obstacle. We don't want that energy. You don't want to have to make a decision. You don't want to have to decide perhaps between the Knight of Wands and the Fool. You're looking at the future, you're thinking this is going to be a lot of work. The Fool is saying, I don't like work. I want whatever is going to just be kind of fun right now. Do you want to commit to this and put in all of this work? Or do you just want to be free? This is kind of the appealing thing. This is at the top of the path of the dove, right? This is kind of saying, whoa, that's a mighty fine prospect. Okay? That's a mighty fine fool up there. Right? Let's select our mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. This is the Factor Infinite and unknown. We're going to set it down right here with our big red ant right on top. If you want to suggest a name for our big red ant, leave your suggestion down in the comments. If you have a prediction for that card, leave that down in the comments too. Let's do it together, okay? Let's look around the room. I find it quite interesting here that we've got, really just in the major arcana, we've got this juxtaposition, right, of the Art or Temperance card. Fool on one hand, or all this intense, creative, strong effort on the other hand. Which way are you going here? Okay. You know, and this sums up our situation. You're in the pressure cooker. You're being kind of given a choice here. You can either stay and put in a lot of work, right? And be strong and be courageous and and really just exert yourself to create what I think is going to be 10 of Pentacles, okay? Or you might say, hey, it's not worth the effort. It's not worth the struggle. It's not worth that maximum effort. Okay? So we got the Fool on the other hand. Okay? I think maybe we are trying to combine these. Maybe we do need all of this intense effort, but we need the innovation. We need the creative sort of, the creative I don't know if you can call it thinking, right? But we need the raw talent of the Fool. And we need to control that and harness that. And if we have the belief in ourselves, see, the Strength card is not just about strength and creativity and courage. It's about passion, but this is also the card that believes in what you're doing. This is the card that says, I can summon all of my power and I can create this masterpiece. I am this great creative being. I can reach up into the sky and I can just pluck out a star like a little diamond in my hand. It's that kind of confidence, you know, it's cosmic confidence here. And I think that this is that spiritual force that you could tap into. And it's going to, you know, it's going to take a lot. This is really the belief that you can do this and this is going to be magic. But you've got to be able to kind of control all your forces, right? And so it's a lot of work. And there's a lot at stake. I think that the sort of decision here is kind of this idea of, okay, I can have the 10 of Pentacles, but I got to put in maximum effort. Is it worth it? Is all of this effort worth the 10 Pentacles that I'll be receiving in compensation? It's kind of like you're being offered a job. A lot of responsibilities. Oh, a lot of responsibilities, a lot of hard work. Is it worth what they're going to pay you? That might be the simple scenario here. Okay. So we've got our majors anyway. We've got fire. Yeah, we've got a little bit of water. Got a lot of air here, because the air is the decision-making sort of faculty, right? And then we've got the earth, before and after. Very straightforward here. The pressure cooker Art or Temperance card and this Leo Strength card is kind of saying, yeah, you could totally do it if you wanted to. That you have what it takes. You have the creativity, you've got the will, you've got the force and the fire, you've got the cosmic confidence that you need. But do you wanna? Just because you can doesn't mean you need to. You know, just because you're being asked or offered this opportunity doesn't mean you need to take it. It doesn't have to be an opportunity for money. It doesn't have to be a job. This could be a chance of traveling. This could be someone inviting you to go see a musical act. It could be a prospect for a relationship or for a family or for building something, you know. And that's just it. It's about building something. Okay, whatever it might be, building a relationship, building a family, building a business, building wealth, building a life, building a future. The 10 of Pentacles is your best life. Now, that's the secret here. And I might as well reveal the secret right at the beginning. The 10 of Pentacles, when we're thinking, okay, this is my compensation for all this hard work. Is it enough? Well, The point here with the 10 of Pentacles is that it's not just 10. This is the starting salary, right? This is exponential. You're being offered infinite growth. This could be 100 pentacles, 1,000,000 pentacles. Okay? Because this is just, in the tarot, this is just our way of counting. We're a base 10. We're decimal people over here, right? We count 1, 2, 3, 8, 9, 10, and then a whole bunch more. Some cultures count in a base 2 or base 5, 7, 12. It's 1, it's 2, it's just a whole bunch more, right? It's just the way we count. So this isn't 10, and that's the secret, right? Shh, don't tell anybody. It's not just 10. This is just an example. It's 10, but it's a whole bunch more than that too. Okay? And that's why this card is about our best life. There's no limit to it. We can keep growing. We can keep adding on. It's kind of like one of these opportunities where it's like you can make as much money as you want. Now, does it sound like one of those multi-level marketing schemes? Maybe. That's where your discernment has to kick in. Is this real? Is this really truly an opportunity for this kind of growth? For this kind of, like, they're offering you a pretty good deal to start, but they're saying there's no limit. You can make as much as you want. It doesn't have to be money. Okay? This could be opportunity. This could be relationships. This could be anything in your life. But the decision is whether or not you should agree to this, accept this, and enter into this, and do it and work hard and put all your effort into this. Or is this a load of bovine excrement? Are these promises that are not going to be kept? Okay. So you know, with the Knight of Wands, the Knights always look at the future. Okay. So the Knight of Wands is looking at the future and thinking, that's going to be, let's say it's a level 10 effort. Let's say it's a 10 of Wands. Well, again, we know that it's not just a 10. It can be more than that. It can be 100. It can be 1,000,000 of Wands. We think a level 10 effort is a lot. What about a level 100 effort? So if they're saying, yeah, you can make an infinite amount of money, it's going to take an infinite amount of work. You put in this much work, you get this much in return. You put in double that, theoretically, you get double back, right? And so the proportion doesn't really matter. It's the idea, is this a 1-to-1 ratio? Is it a 2-to-1? Is it a 5-to-1? What is it? Okay? And you got to sort of do that math a little bit. Yeah. Because you can see that this is like, once you start doing it, it's going to eat up more and more of your time, more and more effort. You want to grow that 10 of Pentacles into something larger, you're going to have to put in more effort. How does that feel to you? I don't know that you're sure yet. Okay. Decision has to be made, I think, at the end of the month. I think this is something that needs to be sort of figured out. Okay. We've got the Prince of Pentacles in the background position. Prince of Pentacles is someone who is concentrated on the present moment. And maybe this is you considering what you're currently doing. Okay? This is maybe, your present work, and it's at the back of your mind. Well, this is what I'm doing now. Am I content with what I'm doing now? Well, over here, your general energy, you got an 8 of Cups. And 8 is saying that you're in a state right now where, yeah, maybe sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. It's kind of like some days the glass is half full, some days the glass is half empty. Sometimes you're the shit, sometimes you're the shovel, right? But either way you slice it, it's still only half. So to me, this feels like there's a dissatisfaction in what you're currently doing. It doesn't have to be work or career. Maybe you're in school, maybe you're retired, whatever your central focus is, whatever this opportunity or this ultimatum is. Maybe it's an ultimatum that you're giving yourself. It's saying, I can continue doing what I'm doing now and just sort of feeling like this Groundhog Day of emotional ups and downs. and sort of, mediocre satisfaction and joy. Or I could put in all my effort into this other thing and maybe get infinite joy, infinite rewards, infinite growth. But there's no guarantee. Yeah, there's no guarantee. The Fool at the top then takes on a little bit of a new meaning, because it's kind of saying, maybe I just want to transcend. Maybe I just, whether or not this is going to actually be infinite growth, maybe I'm just ready for something new. Maybe I'm ready to just transcend this and just rise above this stuff. Maybe the Fool is kind of saying, I'm floating above here. I'm getting out of this one. The Fool is ready to move on. The Fool is ready for something new, even if it doesn't quite work out in that, level 10 exponential growth kind of thing. That's, even if it's not exactly as promised, at least you're trying something new. At least you're innovating. At least you're sort of tapping in. And maybe this is a situation where your raw talent is going to be kind of more at play here. So maybe it's going to be more satisfying in different ways, in unexpected ways. Okay, I feel like this is up here because it's kind of like you just got your eyes kind of aimed up to the sky and you're just pondering, like, yeah, this could be 10 of Pentacles or more, but at the very least, it's going to let me do something new. I'll do something different. It's going to take me somewhere I've never been before. Yeah. And so I feel as if you're kind of leaning toward this just as an adventure, just as something new and something different. Okay. Of course, the 10 of Pentacles is going to be nice. If this is real, if this is, if it is what has been promised, let's say, well, it's going to be pretty spectacular. Okay. And I think in some ways, when we get to this air energy, we got to know what our best life is. I want you to get out a sheet of paper. Get out your pencil. Make sure you have a good eraser. Draw a picture, a sketch of your best life. Yeah. And if you're in a position to actually do that right now, do it. Do it. What kind of things do you have in there? Just draw little stick figures if you have to, right? You don't have to, you're not going to show anybody really, so it can be just for you. Draw that picture. Yeah, draw that picture. Or, if you're more left-brained, write a list. What's the top 10 things in your life? If you had those 10 things, more or less, not that they're possessions. Well, if I got a watch and if I got like some nice shoes, that's my best life. No, it's, what kind of things you want? Physical wealth, You want love. You want creativity. Do you want, you're drawing that picture. Do you have pets, plants? You got your people in there too? Right. What kind of things? Usually a lot of friends or just a few friends? You have a very busy life or just a real slow, gentle kind of life? What are you drawing? What are you writing down? What are your priorities? What does wealth mean to you? Leave some comments for me. Let me know. See if we can answer that question together. Let's compare. Let's see what everybody comes up with. What does wealth mean to you? You can give me all 10, or just give me 1 or 2 of the top things, or just whatever comes to mind. Because that's going to be the deciding factor. Because maybe having money, having, exponential money, maybe that's kind of far down the list. It's a means to an end, perhaps. Maybe it's like, yes, we need financial stability. Maybe we want financial freedom. Is this the opportunity that could potentially provide you with financial freedom? And how does that compare with what you have right now? Maybe it's worth the effort. Maybe it's worth the risk. Okay. The Fool doesn't know. The Fool just says, oh, something new? Yeah, let's do it. The Fool is ready to jump into anything. even if it's a pit, even if there are spikes at the bottom of the pit, the Fool's just saying, oh, let's go. The Fool needs a little bit of direction. It needs, it needs that discernment of this air energy, okay? But as we go to the path of the serpent and we look at this Eight of Cups, we realize that, okay, there's a dissatisfaction currently. There's a feeling that I'm kind of just keeping my head above water. And I think that you're somebody right now is like, well, I'm doing it. I'm floating here. I'm safe. I'm okay. It's not the most fulfilling thing. And, there's maybe this feeling that we're treading water. So if you're treading water, right? You're out at sea, you're treading water. If a boat comes by, throws you a life preserver thing, what is it called? The ring. What is that thing called? Throws you a life preserver thing. You would take it, right? Even if you don't know who those people are. They could be pirates. They could be very bad people. They could say, oh yeah, come on board. We'll help you. We'll give you hot food, warm clothes. It sounds like a really bad horror movie, or a thriller, terrible thriller. I see Steven Seagal in here somewhere. I heard he's a fan of the channel. Actually, he watches the show. But you would still take it, right? Because the alternative is, I can't tread water forever. Eventually, my arms are going to get tired. So I might as well take my chances on the boat. Yeah. And I don't think that your situation is that dire. At least I hope not. Maybe it is. Either way, it feels as if things can't really keep going the way they're going, because there's no real hope that things are going to get all that much better. Take this big risk, maybe it's going to crash and burn. Maybe these were all empty promises, but you've got this power, you've got this creativity, you've got this spiritual force in you that says, I can try my darndest. And maybe it's only going to be the same as what I'm doing now. Okay, it's really no loss then. But it could be so much better. Yeah. And that's where now we start getting into this sort of weighing the options, this dilemma. What do I do? What holds more weight for you? Right? Libra, that's kind of you're the scales, you're the balance, right? And so we got the Princess of Swords in the position of your environment. It's kind of like you're having conversations with other people. You're trying to do the research. The Prince and the Princess, this is a prince as well. So these court cards are all acting in the present. This is your present work. This is your present research. This is your present choice, dilemma, right? And when we're over here, we don't want to have to make the choice. We don't want to have to decide. Because if it is a binary question, yes or no, if there's only two possible choices, off or on, we don't want that. I don't want the ultimatum. Nobody likes that, right? Maybe we want a third option. But the princess is operating in the present moment, and I think this is you talking to other people, getting more information, doing your due diligence, right? Trying to learn as much as you can about this thing. About this, if it's a relationship thing, maybe it's a person, right? Maybe you're trying to you're getting to know them more. You're having more conversations with this person. Okay. Maybe this is a company, a scout. They're trying to it's a headhunter. They're trying to get you to go work for them. Okay, you're going to research the company. You're going to Google it. You're going to watch some YouTube videos. You're going to maybe try to talk to some other people that worked there once. You're going to read some reviews. Maybe this is a big purchase in your life. Maybe you're going to buy a house. Maybe you're going to move somewhere. Maybe you're trying to choose which school to go to. You're going to do your research. You're going to have conversations. You're going to talk to some people. Okay? And then we realize, too, that we need to make a decision. I think this is when we start to think, okay, this really is serious. And we've got to do this by the end of the month. And this is something that we have to do something, because our arms are getting tired of sort of treading water the way we've been. Okay. So the Prince of Swords then becomes, we're kind of on the fence. And we realize we may not want this energy, but we realize that we need it. A decision has to be made. Now, I really like the Six of Swords at the end, because the Six of Swords is kind of saying, okay, you know what? Let's go ahead and do it. But let's have a strategy. Let's go into it fully informed, first of all. Let's go in it with full commitment, but also with a backup plan in case it doesn't work. What are the measurements? What are the, what do they call it in science? Oh gosh, I can't remember now. It's a certain, it's the certain measurement. It's the metrics that you would sort of come up with and say, okay, I'm going to give it this amount of time. It's the operational definitions or something, I think, right? You're going to give it certain parameters and say, okay, I'm going to see how it goes for a certain amount of time. It's almost like we're doing an experiment. And that way we don't just sort of get into another situation where we're treading water again. So I think the Six is really you coming up with that plan. You're getting a blueprint. You're briefing yourself and saying, okay, this is what we're doing. This is what we're headed into. And this is what we're going to look for. Right? These are the markers that we're going to try to meet. We're going to see if this is really it. And if after a month or 6 months it's not doing it, then we're going to do X, Y, Z. We have all these contingencies and plan Bs and all this kind of stuff. I think that's a smart way to do it. But you're going into this thinking, I got to give it all that I've got. If you go in and you kind of half-ass it, it's not really a good experiment, is it? Right? And that's what we see with the Lust or Strength card and with the Art or Temperance card. That if this is a pressure cooker situation, you've got to give it all of your effort, all of your strength. You can't hold anything back. Okay. The thing about the Six of Swords, too, is that all of these swords are pointed right there at that heart, at that rose cross right in the middle. And I think this is really saying that you've looked at this thing from every angle, and every angle sort of hits the right spot in you. And so I think you're getting this, you're sort of convincing yourself that, yeah, let's try. Let's put in all of our effort, see how it goes. Okay. Let's look at the mystery card. Yeah. I'm thinking obviously some really good water energy, right? 9, 10. Because we have the 8 now, and if we're looking around here, the water we have is not very good water. We wouldn't drink this water, right? Without a lot of filtering. We got to boil it for 12 minutes, and then we can sort of force it down, and we could be okay. I want some really fresh water. I want a 2, a 3, a 6, a 9, or a 10 of cups. If you have a prediction, put it in the comments down below. Let's see what we have. Oh, it's the Wheel of Fortune. Okay. This, I think, is Spirit saying, in a way, if you put forth your effort, the universe will match you that effort. So in some ways, I'm kind of feeling like this is not a 1-to-1 ratio. It's kind of like you're putting in a level 10 effort. You're getting back a level 100 rewards. It's kind of like Spirit is saying, if you commit yourself to this and you put all of your creative will and you don't hold anything back, then Spirit's going to sort of like add to your force. Right? This is a card this is Jupiter energy. This is wealth. This is really good fortune, really good luck. And if this wheel of good fortune is rolling by, Spirit's saying, you run toward it, you grab onto it with all your might, because it's just going to roll on by and we may miss it, right? And that's why I think this is divine timing. This is the cosmic wristwatch. This is Spirit's timepiece. This is a situation that's presenting itself to you, and you either do or do not, right? You either take it or you don't. You either try or you don't try. You go or you stay. But I think by the end of the month, this is going to have rolled on by. So we either take advantage and seize the moment now, or you keep doing what you're doing. Okay? And the choice obviously is yours. Spirit's not telling you what to do. Tarot isn't telling you. I'm certainly not telling you what to do. Showing you the energy. And I think showing you that this is something that Spirit is putting in your path. Okay? I think that this adds a little bit more weight to the promise of abundance. Yeah. This is something for which you have to have faith and hope and trust. But it's a little bit easier to trust in Spirit than in kind of anything else, you know. So I think this card adds a little bit more weight into your scales of balance. Yeah. And so I think that I think you're leaning toward a decision here. And well, personally, I think it's going to be very good, very prosperous, very profitable for you. Whether it's a business, a school, a relationship, a family, a house, a home, relocating, whatever it might be, whatever your situation is, this opportunity is not going to be here forever. So, you know, soon. I mean, a week, 10 days, right? Figure out what you want to do. Make your commitment. You got a few days, so do your research. Satisfy your curiosity. Do your due diligence. And then grab on to that wheel. Okay? I think your life is going to significantly change. No longer, we're just not treading water anymore. This is not treading water. This is luxury yacht, right? Anyway, we're going to do an extended reading as well. If you want to stick around, there's a link up top. There's one down below. New readings for Libra Wednesday and Saturday. Be sure to watch both readings, okay? If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do. It is totally free. It doesn't cost anything. Leave a comment and let me know how you're doing. Let me know where in the world you're watching from. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you, and I love you. And we're all in this together.